welcome to the Resonance podcast. My name is Swarit, and here with me is George, the founder of Driftax.
Hi Swarit, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, likewise. So within this episode, we'll be talking about like the journey behind Driftax, and like how to basically start your own business. Yeah. So let's get down to the fundamentals. What inspired you to start Driftax? What was the main reasoning behind this?
Generally, it was just my love for cars. Like I had a genuine passion for going to different car events. My dad used to take me to like loads of different ones with the car. We used to show it off, and I basically sort of started filming those events and wanted to show other people, so I put it online.
Yeah. So you said you started filming cars.
Yeah.
So what was your first equipment you used to film?
First equipment?
Yeah.
It was probably my iPhone SE. It's like the really like
you
small
started
one.
from the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, probably that one. And then I sort of didn't have any mic or anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking in the videos. I was just capturing the cars, what they were doing, and some of the sound. But I didn't talk in many of them. It was just literally pure cars showing off what they are and what we were doing.
So obviously you had like an interest in cars.
Yes.
At what point would you say you were like, oh, this is more than a hobby? Because like a lot of people like cars. But what point did you think, all right, I like cars, but I actually want to go deeper within this field?
It was, the turning point for me was probably I enjoyed filming the cars, and posting it online was sort of like a second thing I could do. It wasn't like that much effort at the time, you know, because I went to the events, I filmed them anyway, and sort of posted it on online as a side thing, and wanted to see what happened with it, basically.
Yeah. So I don't know. So between that time, you had to think, do I want to give more time to cars, going to more events, filming, or do I want to maybe play games at home or do some sports? So when were you like, how did you basically connect with these events? Like, was it just through your dad?
Yeah, I'd say sort of we both had an interest. He kind of got me into the cars, and I then later found a few more events that we both enjoyed and wanted to go to. So we went to more by just literally searching up car events in the local area and visiting them, basically.
Yeah. So what age would you say like was basically, alright, I'm gonna start this channel? Like I know you were posting and stuff, but when were you like, I'm gonna properly commit to this? Like, what age would you say?
Age?
Like, lots of people wanna become content creators.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, it was about 3 years ago. I think it's coming up to 4 years now. So what was that? I would have been 13, 14 at the time. So relatively young, you know. And I only really started posting on YouTube when I was 14, and that was sort of
3 years ago, 3 years
ago, yeah, when it sort of officially started. And that was in 2023, like just the start of 2023, I think.
Yeah.
And then I asked my very good friend Luke if he would like to join me on that journey. And then he sort of said, yeah, he learned editing, and he edits the videos basically.
Oh, nice. So you post on YouTube, you post on Instagram.
Yep. And TikTok now as well.
Yeah, and TikTok now. Yeah. So I'm assuming nowadays it's been more regular as compared to maybe last year.
Yeah, it's definitely picked up. Yeah.
So what would you say the hidden costs are behind these videos you post?
Or hidden costs?
Yeah.
Definitely a time thing. You know, you see these 12 to 15 second long videos online, but the time it takes to actually go to these places, edit the videos, you know, and actually get the content you want, because sometimes you go to these places, you don't get the content you were hoping for, right? So you kind of have to make do sometimes, or you get what you want, and then half of it couldn't be used for some reason, and then you're only left with a little bit. So it's just sort of time and effort is a lot of the cost mainly, and also travel. travel can be a cost too. You know, expensive to go to these places.
Yes. So, again, going back, what would you say what is the origin and process of getting to this stage at this level? Because you've got so many views, you're expanding rapidly. How would you say, where would you say you've came from, and how do you think it just a little boy interested in cars to now making Driftax into a business?
Well, it all started off as, you know, filming the car events, and then it later moved on to my passion for driving. Right, I wanted to drive a car as soon as I could, and that's why I got the simulator wheel. And I started using that, and then we posted videos of me driving in the car games, in the short form content, sort of getting it to grow that way a bit, trying out a new market, you know, seeing what it's like in the gaming side of things. It wasn't working as well, so then we moved back over to more cars and shooting them, and sort of creating short form car content, which was sort of becoming more of a thing as we started joining that sort of trend. And then it sort of, we wanted to make it more of a brand and put ourselves out there a bit more. So we made a video of us talking, and I put our faces in the video, sort of trying to build a connection with the audience. And then we went back to sort of short form edits again, and we're sort of mixing it up now with face stuff and short form. And we do charity events as well. That's another big part of our community.
There's one where you were, I remember this recent one. Was it 24 hours?
Yeah, they've both been 24 hours. And we did 24 hours of Le Mans and Spa on the actual tracks, but on a simulator. And we stayed up the whole night, and there was 3 of us doing it. Those were long nights. And we had challenges as well, so we had to eat chilies at certain points, and crazy stuff. But it was good fun.
So again, how would you say, obviously you have a driving simulator at home, how would you say that differs from actually driving a car to just a game? Or would you say that helps a bit in the sense when you started learning to drive an actual car?
I say the concept of it, so like, you know, finding biting points, learning how to change gears correctly, steering as well. They're all very accurate. Surprisingly, you know, it's quite cool. But the thing they can't replicate very well is the G-forces that you feel in the car. So when you're driving a car, obviously you can feel when you turn, but when you're on a simulator sat there, you just turn and nothing happens. So it's sort of, it takes some of the adrenaline out of driving when you do it on a simulator, but when you're actually in a car, it's a lot more fun.
So I think I saw one of your videos. You went to, I don't know, I see a lot of them sometimes, the cars you film. Well, what would you say is like one place you went and you've got the best footage, where you've thought, all right, this content I've got is just gonna go out of the sky?
That's a good one, actually. I definitely say there's this one car dealership in Sunningdale called Super Ventura. They have the most insane Koenigsegg's, Lamborghinis, Porsches, McLarens, you can name it. They have them there. It's crazy. And those were definitely our best performing videos, for sure. Just mainly because of the cars. You know, like, people like to see rare cars online. It's different. It's, you know, you don't see them that often, so when you do see them online, it's quite a special thing.
So you said you started off with an iPhone.
Not
a very good one. Well, could you give like a little detail on what your equipment's right now? Right now,
at the moment, we have DJI gimbal, 2 DJI mini mics. I used to film. I filmed most of it on my iPhone 13 Pro, but then we switched, and now I have an iPhone 17 Pro, which is a big upgrade. You know, the quality of it is a lot better, and it hopefully will show in the videos. That's pretty much it. And then, well, I'm sure we have something else. I think that's basically it. We're going to invest in some Polaroids and filters soon, because they help, especially if you're filming outside. Most of the car events are outside. You know, sun can be a big issue when you're filming. You know, get the glare off the car.
So what's like your main editing tool like?
Main editing
you said
tool?
Your friend edits the videos, but what he uses?
He uses DaVinci Resolve for all of it, and color grades it on there as well. So it's all done sort of on there.
Yeah, so I'm assuming this is going to be paid all.
It's actually a free platform. We started using it at the beginning because it was free, and it was very useful, very good piece of equipment. I sort of learned a little bit on the editing side, but he learned more than me and was a lot better at it. So obviously,
obviously you give it to him. Yeah.
I let him do that. But I enjoy filming the cars. I feel like I specialize quite well in filming them, learning how the gimbal works, making sure it's stabilized correctly, getting the correct angles, and all that stuff.
So you said the biggest cost you would say is time. So approximately, like, suppose you've got a video shoot on Sunday, how much time would you have to think? Like, how much time would you take just for maybe one video editing?
Generally, we sort of, before we go to a location, we would plan the sort of day, how we're gonna go about filming the cars, what type of shots we're gonna get. We sort of plan that out before we go, and then we get there, we film it all, and then we get all the footage across. We have to transfer it from my phone to Luke's computer. That takes a while, and then he edits it. So probably we had a day planned out where it was about a 5-hour day, going from this Aston Martin dealer to a Porsche dealer, and that was about 2 hours filming at each dealership and an hour travel time. So it
takes quite a long
time. Yeah,
it basically
and that's without editing as well. So then probably editing, he's getting good at it now, so he can do it pretty quickly. But say 2 hours for 10, 15 videos, 20 videos maybe. Yeah,
nice. So how do you manage this with school? Because you've got one more year.
Yeah, one more year left.
So how do you manage this with school? Because obviously you have mocks pretty irregular, I would say. Maybe in every 4 months you've got big exams coming up.
Yeah, so it's definitely a stretch sometimes, because you've got to go to these locations to film, and then you have to have time to revise for exams. So what we try and do is we be as efficient as possible by going to these locations, getting as much content as we can, and then it's quite lucky because Luke's exams are flipped to mine. So he's got exams when I haven't, and I've got exams when he hasn't. So we get the content, I give it to him, and then he edits it, and then we sort of try to get ahead of the schedule. So we try to post once every other day, to keep it regular on all the platforms. So we try to get ahead of that by scheduling them all in front, and planning ahead for it, so that there's no sort of backlog of videos. It sort of all goes scheduled out, and then we have time in between to do more, and sort of get ahead of it.
So I think you said there's a dealership in Sunningdale. They have pretty rare cars. So I've got this question: how do you know when a car becomes maybe more expensive on one side over time, or while maybe some others lose value directly?
It all depends on the history of a car, and how prestiged it is, in terms of, has it got a background in motorsport, like racing, for example, like rally cars, Subaru Impreza, the Hawkeye, and Mitsubishi, they were battling it out on the rally track. So that was, they sort of go up in value because of that, and also because people like the car. And it also depends on the rarity as well. If there's a limited edition of that car, then it's obviously a lot rarer because you can't obtain it very easily.
So you've got this idea of, you've got some cars which maybe you'd use in daily use, like cars for normal day transports, maybe not high-end luxury rare cars. If you buy them at a price, suppose you buy them at £10,000. Most of those cars would fall in value. Maybe they're 10,000 now, maybe it's 8,000 next year. Whereas some cars, the expensive ones, as you said, because they're more rare, they've got a history attached to them. they actually increase in value. Have you ever thought of maybe purchasing one of these cars if you have the money?
I would love to purchase one of those cars. I mean, in terms of, for example, the Aston Martin DB5, right? It's an older generation of car, so it's had a long time to build value, and the reason it's built value is because, you know, I guess the James Bond movies, right? But it also has more chance for things to go wrong. So if you find a really nice, well looked after Aston Martin DB5, they're worth a lot because of the fact that they have low mileage, they haven't been used much, you know, they're in good condition. Like, whereas other cars that have been used a lot, they tend to have more problems and they're more expensive to fix because they're an older car, so they don't have as high a value.
So again, going back to the idea of these cars, would you say what would you say determines like the value of the car? Is it like performance, rarity, nostalgia? Or is it like maybe the branding?
I think it's a combination of all, to be honest. I mean, branding and nostalgia definitely play a big part because it's sort of that emotional connection to the car. So you know, you like certain brands more than others, and the nostalgia of it, the history, the heritage, what that car means to you. It's also quite a personal thing as well. You know, you might have some sort of emotional connection to a certain car for some personal reason.
So if I go back to Driftax, is Driftax now becoming a brand?
Yes.
You're moving out. You're posting more regularly. Where do you see Driftax in the next 10 years?
Well, okay, that's a good question. It's definitely becoming more of a brand. We're sort of moving away from YouTube channel. You know, it started as a way to share what I loved, and then the business side of it sort of found me on the way. So it's definitely moving towards a brand, and we want to sort of expand and scale. Because I think that sense
on YouTube you've got your links, and I think I saw you do sell like, is it hoodies? Hoodies. I think I've seen. So do you want this to be more than just hoodies, like maybe something in clothing or something, or where do you want to more brand?
At the moment, we're sort of expanding our reach and working out ways to monetize it fully, rather than it just being through the viewage. We're sort of exploring dealership content creation, where we go to various different dealerships and we specifically create content for those dealers and of the cars that they have there. So it's more specialized to them, and then they can use that content and post on their social media channels to sort of boost their own performance too. That's where we're sort of moving it.
So somewhere like videography in that area you're moving into.
More specialized videography and photography for different dealerships, rather than like showcasing events. We do that as well, and we do our own little thing, go to London, you know, have a look at the cars we find in London. It's quite fun. But sort of in terms of monetizing it and creating it as more of a business, we're looking at sort of selling our content to different dealerships for them specifically.
So this is another interesting question I've got. Maybe for the people who are also going to watch this. Where did you get Driftax from? The name itself?
The name? Oh, wow. Yeah. So back to the beginning, right? The origin. I used to have, well, I still do, I have a Logitech wheel, like a simulator wheel, and I liked drifting on there, like practicing drifting. And then we sort of posted videos of me driving around on different games and drifting. And then I was like, well, it's got to be something related to drifting, right? Because we're posting about that as well. And then Luke sort of said, everything sounds cooler with AX on the end of it, right? So we sort of came up with Driftax, like, you know, and it's sort of like start of the alphabet and then almost the end of the alphabet. Not quite, but almost the end of the alphabet.
So you're taking that Amazon little.
A little bit, a little bit like Amazon, But that's basically where the name come from. We just sort of thought it'd be cool to add AX on the end of drift, and you have Driftax.
Again, talking about Driftax, the channel obviously started off with a bit of passion and a hobby, I would say, overall. And I would say quite a lot of people are now moving into social media. How hard is it, like, for like, it's not easy just to make a video, post it online, and get millions of views or thousands of views. How would you say you felt like? What was the struggle at the start, as compared to where you are right now? Because I believe one of your videos has 72k.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 of them actually as well. Surprisingly, one of them was a gaming video. So it wasn't actually linked to cars outside, you know.
Yeah.
But the one that got 72,000 was in the dealership Super Ventura, and that was primarily because we got the hook correct.
Yeah.
And the cars were good as well.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of both those factors. But starting off when we didn't get that many views, it was a struggle because we were sort of putting all this time and effort in to these videos, thinking they would do amazing, right?
Yeah.
And then you post it, and a week later, it's got like 200 views.
Yeah.
But even still, 200 people, that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of people, right? So if you're posting and you see the number and you're like, oh, 200 people, that's done rubbish. In terms of like today's measurements of viewage, it's done not as good, right? But 200 people are still a lot of people. 200 individual people have seen that video. So it's done all right in that sense, but it's not done okay in the standard of today. So sort of the struggle of posting without getting the, I guess, reward was trying to keep going and pushing through, right? You just got to keep going, keep posting every day. Consistency is what matters, you know. It all starts off with passion, but you got to end it with discipline. So you keep going.
Did you ever feel, alright, it's been ages since I've been posting. Maybe it's one of my videos hasn't gone as viral as I wanted. Have you ever felt like giving up, or what pushed you back to keep posting? Because you've got so many videos out there, and every day I see a video on Instagram. Yeah. So what actually motivates you to keep posting, keep being better?
Probably, that's a good question. What motivates me? Probably the drive and knowing that we can potentially create something bigger out of this. Yeah. You know, and doing it for my family as well is a big one. Yeah. I want to sort of do stuff to support them as well, because they've supported me a lot through this journey already, right? So I want to kind of give something back to them for sure, at the end of it at least. Yeah.
So again, many young people want to be creators. Yeah. What is one message you would give to them to just keep going and not give up?
I would say, I like this quote. It's from little acorns do grow big oak trees. Yeah. Right? Keep dreaming, dream big, because you never know where it might take you one day.
Yeah. So if I go back to your 72k video, what would you say made it outperform? Like, what would you say was, you said you got the hook right and everything. Yeah. But again, you also have to select the soundtrack behind it. Mm-hmm. So where does all of that process come out from?
It's sort of looking at what's trending at the moment. Yeah. Especially cars. Cars can trend online. There's a lot of certain types of cars trending online. And a bit of luck, to be honest. Luck does help. And I personally don't think hashtags help as much nowadays. It's more so the title and getting people to interact with the video by commenting or liking or sharing it. That does help boost it. And you know, if you post a video and then you put it on your story, or if you interact with it in some way, like you personally put a comment on there to get people typing, that does help. It sort of boosts it a bit further.
Yeah. So would you say YouTube is better or worse than Instagram? Like, obviously Instagram's also shot up in the recent years. Yeah. So would you say Driftax would be like, could expand more via YouTube, Instagram or TikTok?
I'd say...
Where do you think's more potential?
I'd say our audience is primarily based on Instagram. We were originally on YouTube, but that was mainly for like long form videos of showing the events. That's what YouTube is good for, the long form. But I say Instagram performs consistently better than YouTube. We have had a few good videos on YouTube though. Yeah. That have kind of exploded a little bit. But for us, I think Instagram is the way. It's just the demographic and the audience on Instagram is a lot stronger for us, at least.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think you've got like an idea of like the network effect? So if you keep networking with people, maybe you've posted the video today, one of your edits, and someone else posts that video on their story, and then it becomes a network effect.
Right.
So do you think that contributes to anything? Do you think that helps?
Yeah, I think it does massively, because if you sort of build a brand for yourself, which is what we're trying to do, and you sort of have a reputation with it, and someone else sees your video, they share it, and then someone else shares it, and people start liking it and thinking it's good, then maybe a potential customer or client that we want to try and reach out has seen that. Like, I know we know a couple of dealerships have seen our content before, and they've been interested in it. You know, we were at Rolls-Royce and they'd seen it before, and we almost got them as a client. But it unfortunately pulled through. But you know, like the point is they've seen it already online, so it's kind of working.
So
what we're doing is working.
Yeah, so you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Again, going back to the idea. So how did you basically like start with all of these dealerships? Where do you get the contacts from?
I'd say looking in your local area for different dealerships, and LinkedIn has helped me, to be honest.
Yeah, actually.
Connecting with people on LinkedIn, I think it's quite powerful. And building a good, strong network, you know, because people help people, you know, if you find the right ones. And it's quite useful for that.
Yeah.
So I'd say LinkedIn, and looking in general area, and just go into the dealerships and, you know, ask if you can film, get to know them a bit, and sort of check out the cars, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So like, suppose you said Sunningdale, you've got a few videos.
We have a few in Sunningdale, yeah.
So how do you move, like, is it you contacting them, or are you planning to like expand your team, as in like, because like the business is obviously growing? Yeah,
potentially, but for now we need to secure the process and like get recurring clients before we look at expanding. But that could be a potential thing we do in the future, you know, if it becomes, because there's only two of us, right? We can't exactly be in all 4 locations at once. So yeah, definitely.
And is this specifically just for cars, or are you fine with moving into like some brands or shops who might ask you for maybe make us a video?
I mean, it's primarily cars at the moment, but there's options for it to branch out. So
you're open for opportunities.
Exactly. Like we did a showroom tour for Rolls-Royce, right? There were cars in the showroom, but it was sort of the whole thing, the upstairs area where they have like the car customization area. You know, we did that for Aston Martin as well. So it's like different sort of aspects of the dealership as well as the cars. So I guess, to your question, we could branch out into different stores.
So I don't know, maybe you've heard this question a few times. How do you think AI is going to affect this business, this idea of making videos? Because the editing part, maybe if AI becomes very advanced, maybe AI can edit it. Yeah. And then your job primarily is just to go there and take a video, make the videos. So how do you think AI will change this? Or do you think not as much? Like maybe this side of the business won't really have as much of an impact in the coming years.
I think it'd be very difficult for AI to sort of go to the events and stuff. It could probably generate car content itself, but it wouldn't be, at the moment at least, it wouldn't be as good or realistic as other content that's out there that's organic, you know, and real. But I think it would have a big impact on editing and sort of how videos can be composed and sort of different ideas, you know, idea creation. It can be used for that quite well. But in terms of it taking over, like, I don't think it will, because like the car culture community is all about passion, and you know that would keep it going, I think.
So there's this economist, I don't think you've heard of him. He's called Joseph Schumpeter. I'm assuming he's from Germany or somewhere European. He said any new innovation creates destruction. So the idea of the creation or the innovation of AI has maybe led to maybe some destruction of some job paths. As you said, like right now, you said you don't think it's going to have a massive impact in your car culture. How do you think, like, you've got AI rising and all of that, how do you think this will impact Instagram, YouTube, and those platforms as an overall?
I think he's right in the sense that with new technological innovations, like, there is destruction that comes with it. Loss of jobs, and it is somewhat taking over with self-driving cars as well. That is quite a crazy thing. But to me, a self-driving car, it's not the same as driving a car, obviously, right? And I think people that enjoy cars and like driving them won't lean towards a self-driving car. They'll want something mechanical, with a gear shifter. You can change gears and everything and sort of drive the car rather than just sitting and being a passenger. But in terms of social media, I think AI will play a big part in it because it helps generate captions as well. You can sort of get optimized captions specifically for your video.
So how extensive do you think the use of AI is in maybe currently in this Driftax business?
We're not implementing it as much at the moment. But it could definitely help with certain things like time saving. I mean, for example, I have to post every video individually on all 3 platforms when I want them to be out, right? That takes a lot of time because I've got to create a title for each one and then post it on each one. And there is a platform out there that utilizes AI, and you can effectively post all 3 videos on the 3 different platforms, but by uploading it once. So all I have to do is upload it once, create a title, and then post it on all 3. Which would save a lot of time.
Again, so now we're in this stage where AI is increasing, and you've got electric cars. They're also coming up quite a bit. What are your opinions on electric cars? Do you think currently if I just take a ballpark figure, I would say petrol and diesel cars are 80% of the car market right now. And I would say maybe 20% is electric cars as a rough figure. What would you say? Do you see this changing in the future, or do you think it won't change as much as people think it will?
I think the use of electric cars will probably go up. More will be manufactured for sure. It's just whether there's a market for them and whether we can sustain them, because you could go to a petrol station, fill up your car in 5 minutes, right? Pay for it all, job done. But an electric car, you've got to sit there, you've got to wait for it to charge, it can take time, and it's not all self-sufficient, right? There's a lot of talk about getting electricity generated comes from burning fossil fuels, because we can't sustain it fully yet, like by solar panels and wind farms. So it's actually being generated by fossil fuels, which is creating more pollution in the sense. So you're not like saving the planet much more by choosing an electric car. And I think people that enjoy cars again would not want an electric car because we all like the sound of a car, right? So that definitely draws me away from them. So I do not like electric cars.
So you prefer the standard diesel petrol?
Definitely petrol cars, 100%.
So obviously you've been to so many showrooms, and I'm guessing your knowledge within cars is quite high. Do you think there's like a difference when you actually drive a petrol or diesel car, or would you say it's around the same?
I'd say driving experience is probably about the same, but with diesel they last a lot longer, so they tend to have like diesel trucks, for example. You go longer distances on a tank, whereas petrol is sort of shorter distance, but it burns quicker basically, which is.
So again, you've got, I think the government has like up to £4,000 grant on EV vehicles. How do you see this? Like, Is it possible in the future you'll have maybe Driftax going out to shoot maybe a Tesla?
Oh no,
No?
we couldn't do that. I don't
No?
think. I wouldn't want to do that, to be honest. I'd rather shoot the petrol cars. Yeah.
Right.
Something with a real engine, not just a battery.
Yeah. So obviously you post these videos, and within those videos, a lot of time goes in.
Yes.
What would you say for someone who doesn't make content? What would surprise them the most about behind the scenes of what happens in Driftax?
Well, first off, I'd say, you don't know until you try, so give everything a go.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know anything about YouTube or posting or content creation at all when I started. I just kind of, over the years, have learned more about it, and it comes with time, right?
Yeah.
So just give it a go, see where it takes you. And what was your question? What was the following bit?
It was
behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Right,
BTS, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So behind the scenes of what we do, it's just mainly the long hours of filming, traveling, and editing. Those are the three main sort of
have you ever
areas.
Come out in a situation where, suppose you're recording with your phone, and or your phone battery dies, or some situation where you've had an obstacle in your way, or maybe suppose you go to one dealership by train, your train got cancelled. How has anything like that ever happened from your personal experience, or not yet?
Thankfully, no train's been cancelled, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But we have had the gimbal die. I think the mics wouldn't connect properly when we were in London.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a struggle, and also filming in London isn't as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
We had to get a secure sort of way of holding the phone in case someone cycled past and stole it, right? So we sort of had this contraption on my arm while we were filming, so they didn't get stolen. We're sort of working around the problems and thinking, if this does happen, how can we get around it?
So you're prepared.
Yeah.
Again, if I go back to you said you film cars in London. How does that work? Because obviously you've got cars. Most of the time you see pretty good, cool, rare cars out in the streets. So you're just allowed to go there and take photos, or do you have to take permission from the owner?
Some owners don't like you taking photos of the cars or them. It's mainly because they're in the car. They don't like you taking photos of them. There was a situation where we were in London and we were filming a Ferrari. I think it was Presangue. Pro Presangue. And there was a lady in the car and she didn't want to be filmed. So the sort of driver got out and said she doesn't want to be filmed. She's going to go into a shop. You can film the car when she's out of the shop, when she's in the shop, rather. Yeah. So we just waited and then filmed the car when she'd left. And you just got to be respectful, of their privacy, because they might not want to be filmed. They might just be driving the car. So they need to go somewhere.
Alright, so I've got this really interesting final question for you.
Go ahead.
If you had £100,000 right now, where would you invest it in Driftax?
Wow, okay. That's a big question.
Yeah.
Where would I invest £100,000? Probably in the forward planning of where we might think this is going to go. So sort of putting in a proper process or a system and sort of, I guess, almost future-proofing the business as well.
Yeah.
Working on copywriting it more efficiently, because we do have at the moment we have got the URLs and the emails secured, and we have copyright in place, but sort of future-proofing it in terms of brand rights and content usage and things. Because people, they don't necessarily steal the content, but they reuse it for themselves and they can benefit off that.
Yeah.
Which is fine because it can promote you in some way as well. But I'd probably work on future-proofing the business with that money.
So, what if you had to buy one capital equipment? What would you say? Obviously you're filming with a phone right now.
Yeah.
Would you say maybe buy maybe a camera?
Yeah.
Which works. Maybe a nice expensive camera which has better quality.
Yeah, I'd say cameras are very good. Phone cameras are also very good too, and it works in turn with, you know, you can utilize it for two different things rather than it just being a camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, cameras are very good things to invest in because they work differently to the phone camera, and you can have more sort of customizability with it when it comes to editing and sort of filming.
So again, going back to the question, would you rather prioritize equipment or hiring managers or something like that as Driftax continues to grow?
I'd probably say equipment, because the quality of the work you produce will be more important than sort of managing it in the background, because we can kind of manage it ourselves at the moment, whereas we need to focus on producing higher quality videos for these dealerships, because it's a product we're selling to them, and if it's not up to their standard, they're not going to want it. So that's sort of the end goal, right? Making sure that there's enough quality in what we're giving them so that they're happy, and then that can later lead to recommendations from them. You know, if you sort of build a reputation for yourself, they'll...
Again, the networking effect.
Exactly, yeah.
What is your dream car, if I just ask?
Dream car, wow. That's difficult for me because there's a lot that I would choose.
Or is it ever that you think one of my life projects is I'll make up a car, like I don't know how possible it is, but maybe the body of one car, the engine of the other, of another, the interior of the other.
Combine them. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because again, that's like, because not every car is perfect.
Yeah.
In their sense.
I quite like the sound of an 812 super fast engine. You know, the V12 sounds incredible. So probably that engine, right? Chassis. What chassis would I choose? That's difficult. I quite like the 750Ss, 765 LTs. They're quite a nice car body shape.
Yeah.
Sort of race car like. I do like the P1 GTRs as well. They are. So how about this then? V12 and a P1 GTR.
Yeah, that'd be a dream. Yeah.
Yeah. Try it out.
Yeah. So that was the end of this episode.
Cool.
So, hope you liked it.
Yes, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to be on.
Yeah, lovely to have you too. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.